Hello, second graders. It's Miss Odie here. So, the second grade teachers and I miss you so much, including Miss Judy, my student teacher. And we're going to be starting to post videos through this YouTube channel so that you can read along with us, so that you can learn some new math skills, writing skills, sometimes maybe some science experiments. So these videos are really here for you to learn something new, to learn some of the things that we would be learning in class. So watch these videos when you can. We're going to try and post challenges and different things that you can do to extend your learning and really grow your brain. So I actually have a special friend with me today. I brought home George. So students in P2 definitely know George. This is George the giraffe, and he loves reading. So he's going to be joining us while I read you a story today. So if you have a stuffed animal or maybe even a pet that you want to cuddle up with while you listen to this story, please feel free to do so. So I'm going to put him over right next to me. Right here you can see just his little head so that I can get started with our book. Okay? So today we're going to read one of my favorites. This is called Not Quite Narwhal by Jessie Sima. So this book, I love this book because it has beautiful pictures in it. It's about an animal, which animals are so fun, and it's just a great story. So as you listen to this story, I want you to think about a couple different things. I want you to think about who's the story about, the character. Where's the setting? Where does it take place? What's the problem and what's the solution? So think about that story map that we've used in class before and see if maybe even you can create one of those story maps and you can maybe even write a summary or draw a picture and explain what you remember from this story. Okay, here we go. You can see all the fish already. It's a clam, right? In the ocean. So, let me make sure I'm adjusting. So kelp was born deep in the ocean. That's kelp. He knew early on that he was different from the other narwhals. His tusk wasn't as long as everyone else's. He had different tastes in food. Have you ever seen a narwhal before? Maybe in Finding Dory or Finding Nemo, or maybe at an aquarium or a picture. But here you can see that kelp is not feeling so happy. You can see over here. He's a little different. Let's see. And he wasn't a very good swimmer. Oh, the narwhals look quite happy. Do you see them? They're smiling and swimming. But his friends didn't seem to mind. So Kelp decided he wouldn't either. I wonder why he has this kind of helmet on with his horn. Interesting. That is until he was swept away by a strong current. I wish I were a better swimmer. You see what he's saying? That kind of does remind me of Finding Nemo. Remember with the turtles going through there? Interesting. Oh, the pictures are showing me that now it's nighttime. Kelp found himself at the surface, closer to land than he'd ever been before. High up on a cliff, he spotted a mysterious, sparkling creature. It looked so familiar. It looked like kelp. Oops. Can you see that? So think about kelp is like a plant that we find in the ocean, but his name is kelp. And he's starting to see someone that looks familiar. Oh, you can see the days starting to change. Kelp swam toward land as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that he could catch up with the creature that looked just like him. When he finally reached the shore, Kelp felt a little bit anxious. He had never left the ocean. He was nervous about walking for the first time, but the land creatures made it look so easy. You see the crab? He's feeling nervous. Let's see who he finds. Oh, he's trying to walk. He says, "Oof." It wasn't easy. Ow! Look, there's a frog. He's trying to jump like the frog. Eventually, he got the hang of it. You can see him learning how to walk for the very first time. Oh, it looks spooky. Everything on land was strange and beautiful, but also kind of scary. Kelp began to think he might never find the creature that looked just like him. But as he stumbled out of the forest, see, it's kind of like rainbow. Oh. As he stumbled out of the forest, land narwhals actually were unicorns. And by the looks of it, so are you. What did he just stumble upon? Look at this brand new land. It's so colorful. Kelp had never heard of unicorns before. They taught him all sorts of new things about his tusk, the thing that's in the middle of his head. Wow, look, there's rainbows shooting out of it. They introduced him to unicorn delicacies. It says unicone. And they showed him how to gallop. There was no doubt that Kelp was, in fact, a unicorn. He was having so much fun that he didn't want to leave. But he remembered all of his friends under the sea, all those narwhals. Kelp missed them terribly. So he said goodbye to the unicorns and returned to the ocean. They said, "Come back soon." What do you think he's going to do? Do you think he's going to come back soon? Is he going to miss the unicorns now that he goes back to the narwhals? Let's see. Oh, this picture looks similar. Kelp swam toward home as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that the narwhals would still like him now that he was a unicorn. When he finally arrived, Kelp had butterflies in his stomach. Remember, it means like nervous. Whew. Welcome home, Kelp! Everyone's so happy to see him. You can see it in the pictures. Kelp took a deep breath and told his friends the news. "It turns out I'm not a narwhal." "Of course you aren't. I'm a unicorn." We all knew that. They took it quite well. Wow, they knew all along and they didn't care. They still loved him. Kelp was happy to be home. His bed is a clam, do you see that? But now that he'd experienced life on land with the unicorns, he couldn't seem to forget them. Did he want to be a land narwhal with the unicorns or a sea unicorn with the narwhals? Kelp couldn't decide. then he realized that maybe just maybe he didn't have to choose. He could go back and forth between the land and the sea. Look at all this picture has so many different things going on in it. Do you see that? See the turtle? The unicorn playing guitar, roasting marshmallows with their horn. Now you have something funny. It's a rhino that says, "I'm a unicorn." And Kelp goes, I'm not sure about that. The end. So I hoped you enjoyed this read aloud today. I know George did. He knows that he's not a narwhal. He knows what he is. But I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you talk to someone in your family about this story. What was your favorite part? Who were the characters? What was the problem? Was there more than one problem? Was there more than one solution? What was the setting? Where did this story take place? I look forward to sending you more and more videos, not only from Miss Odie, from me, but from the other second grade teachers as well. So we hope that we get to see some of your work, some of your drawings, some of your writing about this book, Not Quite Narwhal. Have a good night.